Steffi Forrester sat behind her grand mahogany desk in her office, the walls adorned with high fashion designs and images of her family's illustrious fashion empire. The air was thick with tension, the kind that could only be felt in the wake of monumental decisions. Today was no ordinary day for Steffi. She was about to make a decision that could alter the course of Hope for the future. Hope Lovin sat across from her, anxiety clear in her eyes. The meeting had been a grueling battle, each side presenting their case, each word weighed with the gravity of its potential consequences. Steffi's expression remained unreadable as she looked at Hope, who was clinging to a fragile hope, pun intended, that her line would get another chance. "Steffi," Hope began, her voice steady but laced with an undertone of desperation. "I appreciate that you're giving Hope for the future another chance. I promise we'll exceed your expectations." Steffi nodded curtly, her eyes locked on Hope's. "I'm giving you this chance, but there are conditions. It's not just about business, it's about respect." Hope's heart sank. She knew Steffi was not one to make decisions lightly, and if she was setting conditions, they would not be simple. "What kind of respect are we talking about?" Steffi leaned forward, her gaze intense. "Respect for me as your superior, as Finn's wife, and as a woman. I've been clear about the boundaries in our professional and personal interactions. If I see even a hint of any unprofessional behavior or advances towards Finn, your line will be gone. Do I make myself clear?" Hope's eyes widened in shock, but she nodded slowly, the weight of Steffi's words settling heavily on her shoulders. Crystal clear. With that, the meeting concluded. Hope left the office feeling a mix of relief and trepidation. Steffi's conditions were harsh, but she understood the necessity of them. She had to make sure that her team could deliver on their promises and, more importantly, respect the boundaries Steffi had set. As Hope walked through the bustling corridors of Forrester Creations, she couldn't help but reflect on the stakes involved. Her line's future was on the line, and she was determined to prove herself worthy of the second chance Steffi had given her. Meanwhile, in Ridge Forrester's office, Brooke Logan and Taylor Hayes were engaged in a heated discussion about Steffi's decision. Ridge, though present, seemed lost in thought, his mind evidently preoccupied with the complexities of the situation. "Ridge, do you think Steffi would have made the same decision if you weren't on the executive team?" Brooke's voice was tinged with frustration. Ridge looked up, his expression thoughtful. "It's hard to say. Steffi's decisions are often influenced by her personal convictions as well as the business aspect." Taylor chimed in, her tone sympathetic but firm. "Brooke, Steffi has always been driven by her principles. Her conditions are strict, but they're not without reason. She needs to ensure that there's respect and professionalism at every level." Brooke sighed. "I understand that, but it feels like there's a personal agenda behind this. I just hope Steffi isn't using this as a way to settle old scores." Ridge placed a reassuring hand on Brooke's shoulder. "I believe Steffi is acting in the best interest of the company. Let's not forget that she's made a significant decision here, one that could either make or break Hope for the future." As the conversation continued, Brooke's concerns about the dynamics between Steffi, Hope, and Finn lingered. It was clear that personal relationships were intertwined with business decisions, and she was wary of the potential fallout. At Il Giardino, the restaurant was filled with a casual elegance, a stark contrast to the high-stakes world of fashion. Liam Spencer and Will Spencer were seated at a corner table, their conversation drifting from family matters to the complexities of their respective lives. "So you're finally going to meet Deacon," Liam said with a hint of amusement. "How do you feel about it?" Will shrugged, a thoughtful expression on his face. "I'm not sure. It's been a long time coming, and I'm not sure what to expect." Deacon Sharp arrived, his presence commanding attention. He greeted Liam with a handshake, and then turned to Will, a friendly smile on his face. "Will, it's nice to finally meet you." The two men exchanged pleasantries, and the conversation soon turned to Bill Spencer. Deacon, ever the pragmatist, shared his thoughts on Bill's persistent quest to win Katie back. If Bill has any sense, he'll do whatever it takes to get Katie back. She's a remarkable woman, and he'd be a fool not to fight for her. Will nodded, a thoughtful expression on his face. I agree, but I also understand that it's not just about what Bill wants. It's about what Katie needs and wants. The discussion highlighted the complexities of relationships and the often blurred lines between personal desires and familial responsibilities. Back at the Spencer mansion, Katie Logan had called for family time, an effort to bring some semblance of normalcy and unity. Bill Spencer was present, and the atmosphere was warm but tinged with underlying tension. "Will, I'm glad you could come," Katie said with a smile as she greeted her son. "We wanted to have some family time, just the three of us." Will looked at his parents, searching for clues about the nature of their gathering. "So what's this about? Is there something you want to talk about?" Katie took a deep breath. "It's about us reconnecting as a family. We may not be getting back together, but that doesn't mean we can't have these moments together." Bill, though visibly uncomfortable, nodded in agreement. "Katie's right. We need to focus on what's best for Will and for ourselves, regardless of our personal situation." The family shared a heartfelt hug, a gesture of affection and unity despite the complexities of their individual lives. It was a rare moment of genuine connection, one that highlighted the importance of family despite the challenges they faced. As the day drew to a close, the characters of Asterisk, the bold and the beautiful Asterisk, were left to navigate the consequences of their decisions and the impact on their lives. Steffi's decision had set the stage for new dynamics, with Hope's future hanging in the balance. Brooke and Ridge were left to ponder the implications of Steffi's conditions, aware that personal relationships and business decisions were deeply intertwined. The conversation at Il Giardino had provided insight into the complexities of family and relationships, while the family moment at the Spencer mansion had underscored the importance of connection. In the end, each character faced their own set of challenges and opportunities, with their futures uncertain but filled with potential. As the dust settled, it became clear that the decisions made today would shape the course of their lives for years to come.